Hello everybody and welcome to round 7 of the GT300 League here at the home of online motorsport, vrroom.org. Thanks for joining us at this sunny Suzuka circuit for round 6. It's going to be an absolutely stunning race as normal at Suzuka. We're not doing the change weather option today, but nonetheless we'll get a really decent race. Now, the grid as it lines up is not correct, so I'll just explain what's going to happen when I press play. I'm going to say it as I see it as normal. Basically, one of the players didn't get into the race for whatever reason, so the marshals did a restart, and you'll see that we start under yellows. So, yellow flag conditions, nobody's got overtaken. What we've got to do, or what the players have got to do, is sort themselves out into their qualification positions. So you'll see them doing that down at the bottom of the screen there. Everybody sorting themselves out into where they qualified quite rightly and quite nicely, everyone behaving themselves. Again, this is another little good feature because all the rooms here at vrroom.org are fully marshalled. We get a full fair race and all the players keep it fair and professional, which is why we are the home of online motorsport. Please check us out on the web. It's vrroom.org. I'm Dave Higgins. I'm going to take you through the main race highlights. I'm the commentator for vrroom. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. Now, let's not forget that what we've got actually is we've got Scalebreaker is one of the main protagonists winning the championship. Now, he's only managed to qualify 5th here, which is a bit of a shocker for the books, to be honest with you. He's normally a lot higher. I don't quite know why. Perhaps the Lexus is not quite on song at this particular circuit. Some really good shots as you see them just going up under excuse me as they're going up through the S-curves towards the Dunlop curve. Oh dear, I am struggling, sorry about that, guys. So, the qualification order then, as we are still on the yellows, is Stuntman on pole, 2nd VRDM, 3rd Lockie, 4th Genobi, 5th Scale, 6th Badger, 7th Setwave, 8th Rhesus, and 9th is N10. 7th Rhesus and 8th Setwave for it, and 9 is N10. Now, everybody's sorting themselves out into their respective places. Now we've got we're going to get the green flags. The green flags have been given at the exit to this next corner at the hairpin at the back of the circuit. So as soon as Mr. Stuntman releases, we're going to be go on green lights. So here we go. You can see him all piling them up. And you can't go until the guy in front goes. No overtaking until that happens. And we have a race, ladies and gentlemen, here at Suzuka Circuit. So, it's Stuntman from DM, from Lockie, from Genobi, from Scale, from Badger, from Rhesus, from Setwave, from N10. I need to put my teeth back in now. Right, so we're going down to the Spoon Curve for the very first time. We'll just get on the back of Stuntman's car. And we've got DM having a bit of a slidey moment, it has to be said, round Spoon, but he's under a lot of pressure from Lockie in the background. Lockie doing a stunning job this season. That MR2 is really on form. I've said before, guys, if I can get hold of one of those, you know, I might well racing one myself. Mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, just what I like. But we're getting a bit of slipstream effect here. If we go on the back, and that's Lockie, will Lockie go for it into 130R? Let's just have a look. Not happened. He's decided to stay tucked in. Running wide slightly is Genobi, under a bit of pressure from Scalebreaker. So, fantastic shot as they enter and exit into the Casio Triangle chicane. I've got to remind everybody that on my previous videos I've been calling it the Casino Triangle. It's not, it's the Casio Triangle. Apparently everybody on the website knew, but they just thought it was funny. So it's Casio Triangle, the famous watchmakers, or pocket calculator makers. So we're on board now with Lockie. We've got Stuntman still doing a fine job in the lead there. DM sneaking into 2nd. Scale now up to 4th place. Now Badger has had an incident. Badger is way down the field there. I want to know what happened. He must have got knocked wide slightly, which is a bit weird maybe, but it's not unusual down in the bottom corner. So we'll click back to the leaders just for the moment. We're on lap 2 of 9 here at Suzuka. Another fantastic shot as the main protagonist for this GT Trophy League go round the Dunlop curve, coming up to Degner. One of my favourite corners on the circuit. Watch them as they come round here. It's a superb sight. Very fast. The car's just skating. Now, there has been a problem. We have lost a player, unfortunately. VR Stuntman, great shame for him. has left the room, probably some kind of a connection issue. So that puts DM up into pole position. Oh no, he's just been nicked by Scalebreaker actually, as we go around there. Now, so Scale up into the lead, fantastic. I didn't think it'd take long for him to get there, but it looks like DM's going to have a little bit of a stab back. DM is running a lot of downforce here. Everyone in the paddock knew that, you know, from the open messages and everything on the forums. So DM running a lot of downforce, which will make him very, very fast in the corners. A bit like the Lexus, to be honest with you. So that's probably why Scale is doing so well. Let's just have a look at the back. We've got Rhesus there following up with Badger. Let's just go and see how close Badger is as we go around 130R for the second time out of 9. And oh, Badger's spun the car on 130R. Did he survive? Has he survived? Let's just have a look. Has he survived unscathed? We have no damage. He did get away with that. Oh, well, that's just ruined his race. So unlucky Badger. That was a very big moment, very scary. 130R, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, is not a place you want to go off. It's a very high-speed corner. You enter it doing about 130, 140 miles an hour. That's a very, very great shame for Team Rosso Racing that we're having a good show here, and you can see how far behind the field he is now. So Lockie battling now at the front from VRDM. Very, very tight, very, very close as all the protagonists go round. It's worth just going on the back of Lockie's car, I think, just to see the train as it follows round. So that's DM, followed by Setwave, who is ahead of Scale. So Scale must have had a bit of an incident, because although when it's bunched up like this, it's not surprising. He must have had a bit of a rub or something, or a nudge or a tap, or outbraked himself slightly. But nonetheless, he's still here and fighting. He's looking very handy on the back of Setwave, to be honest with you. We've got Genobi and Rhesus again doing a superb job in the background. It's looking very, very good as we enter Degner through Degner. Let's just see if all the cars go round. Beautifully apexed by everybody. Absolutely superb shot. As we come up to the back end of the circuit where the hairpin is. This should be a good camera angle as we go around. We're on the inside of the hairpin, watching them around on this particular shot. I prefer the outside shot, if I'm honest with you. Now, this is a very long, deceptively long, sort of drag kind of bend uphill towards Spoon Curve. Quite blind as you enter Spoon Curve as well. Quite difficult to brake for. A lot of the guys can drift wide there. I've done it myself. It's very, very difficult to judge your braking point, and the car does want to drift, but everyone gets around in one piece. Looking pretty good as we fly down the back end of the circuit. Big, big elevation change here. Downhill, then steeply uphill. That camera angle does do it justice, to be honest with you. And we've got Setwave getting sucked into the back of Lockie. Lockie staying reasonably defensive on the inside of the circuit, and I think Setwave won't go for that. I certainly wouldn't, so I don't think Setwave would. Oh, well, having said that, he showed his nose. Woohoo! That was pretty good stuff as they went round there. Now braking into the Casio triangle chicane. Got it right again. It's still Lockie from Setwave from VRDM doing a very, very good job. Let's just go and join on the back of the car, and oh my goodness me, Setwave is very, very close. That Lexus down on top speed a little bit. One thing we have noticed though is in the sort of top speed tests here, and we've noticed, everyone noticed in the paddock, that the car, that MR2 that Lockie's driving is extremely quick. He's geared it really, really fast there, really, really fast. And it's doing him well because this is a very high speed but high grip circuit as well, so you do need downforce but you do need speed, and that MR2 certainly got a lot of grunt, to be honest with you, a hell of a lot of grunt. So the top 4 players, Lockie, Setwave, VR, Scale and Genobi. So at the minute, who's got the fastest lap? Let's go to the live timings, guys. We've got a 2:09.126 by Setwave. So Setwave, the fastest guy on track at the moment. And he's in the lead, which is not surprising. So he's obviously got past Lockie there, which we didn't see. So we'll clip on to the leader there. As we go around Degner, another fantastic shot of Degner. DM up into second. He's got Scale tight behind him now. So I wonder if we just go on to Scale. Fantastic shots as they come round again for the 4th time out of 9 round the hairpin. That's the camera angle we want to see. DM holding a tighter line there. Scale still behind. He went slightly wide. And of course the tighter line is the shorter line, and provided you can hold it and apex the corner, you will exit the corner at a better apex speed, because you're not getting your line compromised. Therefore you're not going into it too deep and too hard. And then not being able to put the power down, having to wait a long time to put the power down. Scale off again, slightly, just off. Maybe he made a little bit of a mistake like that before, which is why he dropped down. But now he's back in 4th place, is Mr. Breaker. The current championship leader, of course, he's got plenty of points, so he won't be too concerned if he finishes low down the field here, I wouldn't have thought. What a fantastic shot as they go around 130R to the Casio Triangle chicane again. And as they break into there, we've got Setwave, VR, Scale, Lockie, and Scale has had a bit of an off. Scale's had a bit of an off, and he's coming across, and he's getting collected by. Oh no, he's just been hit by N10. I don't think there was anything N10 could do to avoid that, and that was a big collision, big collision up at the Casio Triangle chicane. Let me just go back, and we'll try and play that from N10's perspective. Because that looked awful. I don't think there's anything N10 could do to avoid that, and that's just ruined both of their races, unfortunately. So we're on N10's roof cam. So the boys are quite far ahead. You can see them going around the right-left flick. Let's have a look whether he could have avoided Scale Breaker. Oh, and what a big incident. To be fair, I don't think there's anything you could do about that. That's absolutely terrible news. So Scale Breaker is entering the pits, I believe. Let's just have a look. Yes, a Scale in the pits. So that has unfortunately put him out. What Scale needs now, really, you can see his pit crew running out there. What he needs really now to salvage any decent points is he needs a yellow flag so that he can catch back up to the field again, and then he might be able to come through. We'll just stay on board with Scale in the pits. This is a first. I don't think I've seen this before, but you can't win them all, I guess. You can't win them all. Setwave, meantime, is still setting some stunning lap times, ladies and gentlemen. So as we see there, Scale exiting the pits. N10 is with a crippled car, is just keeping it going. I presume he'll probably retire that car. That's a terrible shame for N10 and Scale. Very bad news indeed. So meanwhile, back with the leaders. Let's just go on lap 6 of 9. Quite a long race here. We've got DM. There's only 7 runners now because VR has disappeared, unfortunately, and let's give DM a bit of airtime because he's leading the race. So Scale's back out on track. Badge is a long way back. The top 5 guys are what you can see really as we look at Setwave having a bit of a sav on DM. DM's got the inside line for the spoon curve, and I think he'll hold that provided he doesn't slide wide and nudge Setwave. But Setwave's still on the outside, but again the inside line is a shorter way, and that's left him victim to Lockie. We may see Lockie get inside of Setwave here, but no, Setwave is just crawling all over the back of DM down to 130R. DM defensive on the inside. Setwave is on the outside. He'll never plant it down the outside of 130R. Surely not. We've got Lockie tied up behind, and Genobi and Rhesus doing a stunning job. I didn't think he'd do that. Now DM surely will keep it tight to the right, and he has to stop Setwave getting past. The only way for Setwave to do this is on the outside now. Let's see if that happens. And he has made it stick, and and a bit of a nudge there with DM, but he's made it stick. Unbelievable stuff. It's side by side as they come down. On lap 6 of 9, it's nearly 3 abreast. It is 3 abreast down the main straight. This is going to look fantastic from the outside shot if we get a decent shot of it, which we are doing. Oh, look at that! Now DM has still got the inside line, so he should be able to outbrake all 3 of these cars. He's got the tighter line and more tarmac to play with, but no, he's lost out on top speed again. Like I said, Lockie's top speed in that MR2 is stunning. I want a bit of that MR2 if I can get my hands on one. Absolutely stunning. N10 has retired the car, unfortunately. That's the word in the paddock. He's obviously thought he'll live to fight another day with that one. The car was undrivable, and after doing an entire lap with your wheel falling off, it's going to be very difficult to get anywhere and just rely on a yellow flag. But Mr. Breaker is going for it. Current fastest lap from Mr. Breaker, I believe. I'll just check on that actually, but I think it is current fastest lap from Mr. Breaker, which is a 2:08.3, which is the fastest lap by far. So Mr. Breaker really on it, trying to get some points, some heavy points. I mean, he's going to do quite well anyway because he's going to get 7, and when you're leading the championship, you know, it's not the end of the world. He's just had a little bit of luck losing it there. Fantastic shot again as we're on lap 7 now of 9. Lockie and Setwave going absolutely hammer and tongs for it. DM, Genobi again, and Rhesus. Big shout out for Rhesus actually, you know. A very impressive drive here at Suzuka. He's really on form. In fact, let's give the chap a little bit of airtime here, because I mean he's with the pack, to be honest with you. And let's go on board with his car. Let's go on that roof cam. So we're on board with Rhesus, watching the action in front. It might be worth just sticking with this for a little while. But yeah, Rhesus is very impressive here. He's really got some pace in these GT300 cars. And I think I've noticed, and everyone has noticed as well, his racing in his racecraft has a little sniff at Ginobili there. His racing in his racecraft has got a lot more consistent, I feel, and that's got to be a good thing. That's got to be a good thing. Doing a very professional job. Current race positions is, as we can see here, we're on board with 5th place Rhesus. Ahead is Ginobili, who's slipstreaming DM like mad in Team Rosso Racing. The lead Rosso Racing car, Setwave, and then Lockie. Oh my goodness, they're all diving out for it. Ginobili's lost it. And there's a bit of a collision there with Rhesus. And oh dear, he's just struggling to get his car back on track. That was a hell of a big moment on lap 8 of 9 at Suzuka Circuit for Ginobili. Very, very unlucky. I think he just lost it under braking a little bit. Very easy to do there though, because you're trail braking really heavily into it. Now, meanwhile, that's pulled away Lockie, Setwave and VRDM. That's given them that little bit of an advantage now to pull away. Rhesus may catch them if he gets a bit of a slipstream from DM, but we'll just see, because they have got, these three cars have got that little bit of a gap now. We'll go on the back of Lockie's car as we exit Degner 2 underneath the flyover for the 130R. Setwave looking very handy, so is DM. I think either one of these three chaps could win the race here this evening at vrroom.org. We have a move there from Setwave on the inside. Oh, and it's nearly 3 abreast up the long sort of hill towards the spoon curve. So it's Lockie from Setwave from VRDM. DM will be very, very keen to get a good podium position, so I don't think he'll be trying to bin or throw away any points here. He's only had 1 podium this season, which he's not used to, and that's quite taxing for a guy like DM. He really wants to get in there in the mix and start, winning championships. But it is the first, for a lot of these players, I think it's the first time in the GT300s, and they take a little while to get used to, so there'll be plenty more to come from DM in the future, I'm sure. Meanwhile, Setwave, looking very, very handy in the Lexus, the mid-engine rear-wheel drive Lexus, rubbing the back of Lockie. Will Lockie go defensive into a Casio triangle? I did it again, it's not Casino, it's Casio triangle. So, as they come down near the pit straight again, the current race order then is Setwave from Lockie from VRDM. Now, I'll stick with Lockie on the camera angle because he's the middle of the 3 cars. That'll probably give us a bit better view. It's going to be a very, very tense lap. Oh, DM planting one down the inside of Setwave. DM has nailed Setwave down into the bottom corner, approaching the S-curves. So, good tidy move from DM. That's given Lockie that little bit of breathing space, but Setwave immediately is trying to plant one back. Has he made his stick? No, he hasn't. DM has got crucially, he's got about a car length ahead, and that means he can choose those apexes and choose the line that he wants and make it hard for Setwave to try and get past. But nonetheless, Setwave is trying like mad to catch up. So on board with Lockie still. The other guys are by themselves, so we will stick with this battle. We've got Ginobili, Badger and Scale all completely by themselves. So this is the battle on track. It's for the first 3 podium positions. Let's just have a look on the back of Lockie's car then. Oh, and blimey, what the heck happened there? Something happened there. It was an overtake, I think, by Setwave on DM. There was a bit of dust kicked up in the background. I think that was Ginobili going wide, or Rhesus going wide. No, it was Ginobili, it must have been. Because he's behind, Ginobili is behind Rhesus, so it must have been Ginobili going wide into Degner. Big moment there. Now, these cars appear to have spread out just that little bit. Setwave still looking very, very handy, though. We know he's got some pace around here, because he was fastest car up until about the halfway point of the race. So, round spoon for the final time, going down to the flat-out 130R. Incredible corner, this. Who's going to win this race at vrroom.org? Round 7 of the GT300 League. Let's keep our eyes glued to the screen, ladies and gentlemen. On lap 9 of 9, flat-out corner, 147 miles per hour registered there from Setwave, as he floors it round up to Casio Triangle Chicane, or Casio Triangle Chicane, should I say. Oh, a big sideways moment now. Will DM be able to capitalise on that? And the answer is no, unfortunately not, so they're not going to overtake now. Well done, congratulations Lockie, fantastic win for round 7, 2nd place for Setwave, VRDM 3rd on the podium again, Rhesus in 4th, then we've got Ginobili coming round in 5th. Fantastic stuff. And Badger in the last Rosso racing car coming round in 6th, and Mr. Scalebreaker just approaching 130R because of the unfortunate incident. So we have a fantastic winner here at Suzuka with Lockie. It's going to be fantastic for the next 2 rounds. They're going to be held at Nürburgring F Circuit. I'll get those up as soon as humanly possible. So well played to Lockie, DM and Setwave. I've been Dave Higgins. I'll see you for the next round as soon as possible, and thanks for tuning in.